Hey everyone, welcome to the Bruce Williams channel. I'm excited about this video. I have a very value-rich luxury or entry-level luxury Swiss piece in front of the camera today. This is the Longines Spirit ZULU Time in the 39mm size. Now the 42 debuted last year in 2022 to great success, and a lot of watch collectors enjoyed it, but they thought it was just a little bit too chunky or too dominant, especially on a bracelet. So Longines, wisely in my opinion, they released the 39mm size. Essentially, it's the same watch, it's the same price as the 42, but it's scaled down a little bit to 39mm in case diameter. And I think this is a very strong, versatile piece. It has a lot going for it. I don't think it's a perfect piece, but we'll get to the strengths and we'll get to the details and we'll get to the weaknesses throughout this quick presentation. So before I do that, let me first shout out Exquisite Timepieces. They're an excellent family-owned brick and mortar authorized dealer. They were gracious enough to lend this in for review along with the new 41mm Conquest from Longines. So if you're shopping Longines, excellent authorized dealer. I'll leave a link in the description of the video. Now let's go to specs and let's go to features here. So 39.1mm in case diameter, 46.8mm lug to lug, but that's only if you're not wearing this on the bracelet. If you wear this on the bracelet, that goes up quite a bit with these protruding end links to 53.1mm. And that's one area for improvement. I think if Longines changed this style of bracelet, this style of end link, to an inverted style end link, I think it would be a little bit more popular, because those watch collectors who enjoy a smaller fit, they can't get the fullest experience on an OEM bracelet without this being a little bit trimmed down in overall distance. But 13.5 is the overall height. A lot of that is visual. If you subtract the double domed sapphire crystal with multiple layers of ARC, then the overall height is 12mm. So nice and trim, very proportional on wrist, very comfortable. About 145 grams of overall weight and a 21mm lug width and a nice dramatic taper down to 16mm at the signed deployant buckle. But zooming out, let's take a look at some of the tactile elements. This has a ceramic bezel insert with a very good kind of snappy bi-directional action. I'll be quiet right here and give you guys a good sense of how this sounds. I like the coin edging. I like how that also matches the edging found on the signed thread down crown with a 3 o'clock position. And then let's go to the Lume shot. So that's one of the great things about this Spirit ZULU Time 39. There is ample amounts of BGW9 Lume found in these applied Arabic markers. An overall very nice execution here. Now let's zoom out, take a look at a couple other details. We have a quick release style end link on this bracelet. There will be a milled clasp that is signed. There are multiple micro adjustment anchoring positions, but you will need a tool to make those positional changes. I think another area for improvement would be to get on board with the quick adjust style of clasp that is becoming very prevalent on sports pieces. Now let's zoom in on the dial and take a look at the detail work. I'm pleased to report that this is very tidy, very clean, very well executed. There is a matte black dial. There will be light blue accenting on the GMT tip and also the ZULU Time designation. My favorite feature though of the dial are these applied Arabic markers that are nice and substantive. They're dimensional, they're well finished. I also like the fact that we have the winged hourglass logo in metallic form. And we also have applied 5 stars here just above the chronometer designation. The other thing that I think is subtle but works well with this watch is the date at the 6 o'clock position, but it's also matched to the color of the dial, so it really blends into the background. There is also small diamond-shaped markers just outside of those Arabic applied markers, and those will sit on a subtle reflective ring that adds a little bit of visual interest in various angles and light situations. But there is some small symmetry, because if you look at the running seconds hand, there's a diamond tip that carries Lume, and that goes right over that reflective ring and covers those diamond-shaped hour markers. Now let's talk about the movement. This is the L844.4 caliber from Longines or the Swatch Group. This is an ETA based and modified movement. It will beat 25,200 times every hour. It will have 21 joules, 3 days of power reserve, so 72 hours of power reserve, and a very nice monocrystalline silicone hairspring, so it will be also very anti-magnetic. This is a certified chronometer, and my favorite thing is it is a true GMT, so this hour hand, this local hand, is independently adjustable forward or backward without hacking the balance. It is my favorite of the common or practical complications. Now, just to summarize here, let's talk about the strengths and then we'll go over the weaknesses. Overall, I think this is a great size. I like this movement. I like the dial details. I think this is overall a very attractive design. I think it's very versatile. I do enjoy the quick release end links for the ease of taking off this bracelet and making OEM strap changes. I think there are good color options from Longines, especially that green and gilt color combination. I think that's my personal favorite out of the new colorways. But overall, just very solid, very well-rounded. I think this has good value, and it really sits alone at its price segment for what this is. I think a lot of collectors like to compare this to a Tudor Black Bay GMT, but that on a bracelet is well over $1,000 more than this full retail price on a bracelet. So I don't necessarily see them as competitors, but one does have to wonder, if you're saving up around $3,000 for a watch, do you go with a Longines Spirit ZULU Time, especially here in 39? I think this is very compelling. Or do you keep saving another $1,300 and do you go Tudor? Or do you go used? Or do you go Grand Seiko? It really is, I think because it is alone in its price segment, it really is an interesting proposition. And I think most collectors will have a different view of what constitutes the best purchase with a true GMT around $3,000. Now, I've already mentioned the weaknesses throughout the video, but let me just reiterate. This could use an inverted style end link in the bracelet. This would benefit from a quick adjust style of clasp. But other than that, I really think that this is a strong release from Longines. I'm liking what I'm seeing. This is, very well rounded, very well executed. I think it's an exciting release. So please reach out with any questions you may have. Again, links will be in the description of the video. Please like this video if you found it helpful, and please subscribe to my channel for more horological watch content. Thank you.